All right, next section, women in criticism. It's a love-hate relationship, isn't it?
Yes and no. Yes, it is.
So Alison talked about how criticism changes women.
Yeah.
She used the example, oh, you don't look good in that blue dress, you'll never wear the blue dress again.
One of the first things you ever said to me about clothing, I have still never ever worn that dress ever around you.
It was on the dating profile picture, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I still have it, but I've never worn it around you.
But again, I didn't get the context of it, so there's a little
there was
bit...
context in that picture. True.
And we're recording. I'm like, I was going to enlarge the GPS. Yeah. But she really hit on a good point, because criticism changes women. Women think criticism will change men, and all that does is damage the relationship.
Right.
I know somebody who has what is seen as the most critical wife in the world, and he's in the process of getting divorced. And it has been referenced by another coach that, it was what she was taught by her mom, the way to be.
Yeah.
And all it did was slowly over time absolutely kill off the relationship.
Well, and we've talked before about my life having been full of criticism myself, and that is how a woman loses herself.
Yeah. Well, and she talked about women, how they change to be what they need to be for the situation.
Right.
And what she didn't address in losing themselves, she didn't even touch on it, and she was younger than perimenopause and menopause.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was talked about much 19 years ago.
Not a lot.
Not like it is today, and not as much was known, and it also hadn't personally impacted her yet.
Right.
So, I think that's one of those things, when you stack that on top of the losing yourself.
Yeah.
And again, it's by not having loving boundaries for yourself, because you're trying to please and be the most pleasing.
Right.
It's a bad combination.
And, okay, so the thing is, like she said, that stuff does not, like the boundaries, the self-esteem, that stuff does not come pre-installed in a woman.
Nope.
That goes against what our wiring is.
Yep.
We adapt to survive, whether that's from the tiger or society.
Mm-hmm.
We adapt to survive. And criticism is one of the ways that we learn to adapt. Yeah,
and it's funny. It's ineffective.
Yeah.
But it's what you've been taught, And as she was talking about it, I thought, yeah, and it's one of the four horsemen of that kills relationships.
Yes.
Criticism. Now, you can't do anything about her self-criticism, but her criticism of her partner. And she talked about how one guy asked the question in the workshop, well, how do you bring it up if there's an issue? And he was talking about being tentative. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to get killed.
But see, that's the thing. What you see as just talking about something and being forthright and whatever, women are going to see as, oh my God, he just criticized me.
He will no longer protect me from the tiger.
He doesn't like this thing that I said, did, made, whatever, so I will never, even try again. It may take a few times of being criticized over that, but at some point, she's going to give up.
Yeah. Well, and we're talking about it because she's, again, understanding women, but we're talking about it from women's perspective. Let's not ignore the fact that there are some a-hole men who are critical just to be critical.
Right.
And I'm not going to talk about the highly religious, because we did 25 minutes on this video, but that's something that I've seen in that. And again, criticism is not effective in creating change, healthy, positive change in a relationship.
Right.
And
for
it is
either
not
one for different
right.
reasons.
I was going to say, so yeah, doesn't matter which partner is being critical, and again at work they talk about constructive criticism or feedback, and she talked about before you have that conversation, talk about what you appreciate, and it kind of goes to what I remember teaching the one guy. I'm like, look, when you've got the negative to deal with in a performance appraisal, I said, you sandwich it between the positives, because you don't want the last thing, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job because he's unhappy I missed this goal. Well, if you're you had 6 objectives, you killed 5 of them. Obviously, one of the 5 could be a deal breaker, but let's assume it's not. They're all equally weighted. Well, no, it's something you need to improve on. And if he doesn't tell you you're not meeting the mark and we need to see some improvement and is giving you some tools to help, you're never going to be successful. Right. So as a guy, we're trying to help.
Right.
Hey, you're not doing this right. Meanwhile, the women are like, oh my God.
Well, I think some of that goes back to one of the previous videos that we were discussing. Is it right or is it just different?
Right. Dishwasher. Right. And again, is it my way is not, perceived as or seen as the right way by whether it's him or her.
Right.
And so.
Well, and I think what you're talking about too with sandwiching it and kind of softening that approach kind of leads into the topic of appreciation, which is something she also talked about in this section, where that is what affects change in men.
Oh,
is appreciation.
Absolutely.
This is why I tell women all the time.
Wood for the fire.
Yeah, this is why I tell women all the time. Be grateful, thankful, appreciative of the things you want to see more of.
Yeah, and when you look at human nature, you want to see more of something, you praise. And women, this is something we teach in the communities, women will do well when you praise what you want to see more of. And women and men are different. Yeah. Men will respond to a challenge, women do not.
Right.
Now.
But appreciation makes women feel secure.
Yes. Which then, and again, I'm not saying this in a manipulative way, I want to be very clear, but it makes them want to be the most pleasing. Yeah. So if there's an area let's say they know they're falling a little short.
But is that any different from the men's side? The appreciation.
No.
They want to continue to please that partner.
Well, because if we are providing and protecting, it's because we care and love about them. So it's not like it's a burden to do that. And it's when we don't feel appreciated, there comes a point we start looking at going, is this really, where I should be? Yeah. So, I'm trying to see.
Yeah, you're better off.
This truck I was at. So, it's interesting. And either way, man or woman, criticism is a cancer to your relationship.
Yeah. And appreciation is absolutely one of the antidotes.
Yes. And that doesn't mean you can't bring something up that needs to be corrected, because that's not, ignoring something. But again, how you do it, I'm going to talk about the 3 T's: timing, turf, and tone. So I always use this as an example. Fuck you. Or fuck you. If we were having a discussion,
fine versus fine.
Yeah. But it is the exact same phrase, and there's a different energy. There's a different tone, and instead of it being playful and joking, it's like, well, then it would trigger you to at least pissed. Now it's causes all sorts of other things. When to have it, sometimes men right after. So I always think of the worst example, and this was me. In my first marriage, my ex picked up one of the kids, bent at the waist, and hurt her back. And being the safety guy, I educated her about proper lifting technique, how you should kneel down right after it happened. Don't do that, man. So you got to be a little bit cognizant of that.
She's not in a receptive spot at that point.
Oh my God.
She's processing the pain.
I know. It's like I look back and I go, wow, I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty stupid too sometimes. So, and then turf. You never ever have conversations that are significant like this in the bedroom.
Right.
only a couple of things you're supposed to do in the bedroom, and one of them is get dressed. If you don't know what the other one is, you've got problems in the relationship.
Well, and then there was a time recently that I kind of took that into consideration, because I remember asking you, what space in our home represents a particular thing to you the most, because I was going to take you to that room for that conversation. But it does matter.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we've got a couple of sections left, I think. But again, if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to put comments down below. We'll catch you later.